Thank you, Mark, and a big hello from London. A varied number of weekly technical patterns last week, each interesting in their own way. We had a weekly key reversal down in Euro Sterling last week, which has seen a small follow-on lower this week. I put this small response largely down to the very slowly declining gold long moving average that is just below the market, currently at 83.77, acting as a support. We also had a weekly key reversal down last week in USD CNY, US dollar against the CNY, the onshore Chinese yuan, and that's the 1 month NDF. There are two things to note here. Yes, we did have a small follow-on lower this past Monday, but prices ran into the gold long moving average below, currently at 715.22. Plus, there was no complementary weekly key reversals down in either the spot USD CNY or in the USD CNH, the offshore Chinese yuan. The combination of these two factors, I believe, helped prop up prices this week. There was also a weekly key reversal up last week in US dollar Turkish lira, which unsurprisingly has seen a follow-on higher this week. And we had a weekly key reversal up in US dollar Israeli shekel and a weekly key reversal down in euro against the Swedish krona last week, neither of which followed on, and indeed we have seen reactionary moves in both against last week's action. We also had a weekly key reversal down last week in US dollar Polish zloty, and this, though this past Monday saw a suitable start follow-on lower, since Monday we've seen a reactionary move back up, countering the previous week's work, though we are still within last week's range. Meanwhile, in the French CAC40 futures, we had a weekly key reversal down last week, if only just. And this week, well, no such furthering moves lower. This was an outside chance at best. Over now to commodities, and we had a weekly key reversal up last week in ICE UK feed wheat futures, something I cautioned about in my grains and starches video commentary last Friday. Well, this week we've not seen much at all. A slight move higher, if anything. However, I deal with this more fully in my weekly video commentary. Over now to power, and we had a weekly key reversal up last week in the EEX German power-based futures. This has been a little disappointing, with prices testing the low of last week's range already. Finally, the Solana Sol cryptocurrency. Here we had a weekly key reverse up last week there, but so far this week it has proved to be a nothing. Neither much of a move higher nor lower, and remaining close by last Friday's close. As always, I'm happy to answer any direct questions with anyone who's interested. And with that, I'll finish this section from London and hope that you found these comments useful.
Thank you for listening and watching this broadcast. This weekly broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and at the back of this broadcast. The copyright is Eddie Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.